did not want to cut you off, but yeah, I was just making sure that Rakuno did not need to be in here with us. I did want to say that we are having casuals attacking, and we have Dragon on defense. So that being said, I think we are ready to go. We're gonna bring ourselves into Icebox as our first game between casuals and Dragons.
All right. And after this, by the way, we're going to have Jake come back to cast the second uh, game between these two, along with another new face, Alderia. So that's going to be a lot of fun as well. Want to give a quick shout out to Betty on the Observer. That's going to be, some pressure off of Wilby's shoes. And of course, really great to have an experienced observer coming in here. So the league is growing, Wilby and Kappa. We're having more people interested all the time. And it's super exciting to see. I love this stuff. But we do have the compositions coming in, and Astra Rakuno will be disappointed because Astra is not locked in. It's Omen as the smoker for the side of casuals over there for Ra. Take a look at these other heroes hovering the Phoenix. What's that?
Sorry, bud. You wanted the Astra, wanted the Viper. It's nice to see a bit of variety, isn't it? I think as a gamer.
Agreed.
But you got to stick with the test and true.
Yeah, definitely. Boy is hovering the Viper. That's the choice, and they're definitely letting this clock run down. I don't see a Sage hovered. There we go. B-Boy does end up switching over to the Sage and Frosty as well. Picks that up, so as we predicted there, Sage coming in. And now
choose your agent.
Locked in here over on the side of casuals. We got the Jet, Raze, Sova, Sage.
Come on, give us the Viper.
Is it happening? Hey!
Let's
Somebody
go.
was listening. Somebody wanted to make Kappa happy.
Someone's listening. Focused as ever with that util, and from what you're saying, you've got the Omen, you've got that Viper. Hopefully, I'm really hoping that SCM's going to be practicing those lineups. Really, with Viper, it can go so wrong so quickly if you go through the wrong surface when you're putting down that toxic screen, for example. But again, it's all about if you've done your homework, and hopefully every player has done their homework on the other team, on their own plays, and they're ready for battle here to get things underway. Season 1 here for the Canadian Esports Championship Series, and man, thank you so much for having me, Wes and the gang, and Betty. Best of luck in the spectator realm. We'll beat Legend as well. I'm really excited for this one.
Cheers, man. Happy to have you here. Happy to have your dulcet tones grace our stream. And yeah, I am excited to see this Viper. The other thing about it is that it's the only smokes on the side over of Dragon here. So SCM has got, like you said, a lot of responsibility here because, of course, there is that only that one smoke, and you see the one way coming over towards the beach site. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they deal with the fact that they've only got the one smoke for the entire round in terms of, how big this map is and how many angles. See the hit coming in already. Wall comes up against B-Boy and the Viper wall as well. They're going a hit, but they're moving slowly.
Sluggish movements for this first round. You've got to be so careful. We mentioned Icebox, all those angles high and low. You've got to be ready to go absolutely non-stop here. That Sage Wall does hold them back a little bit there from fence, and
I think we might have to restart this one because cheats were accidentally left on, and we definitely don't want that. So let's just restart the game there with those cheats off, and then we'll we'll get back into this game. False start there, unfortunately. That's a first for us.
No, that's the first I've ever seen in any Go play. But you know what? Keeps in his toes. Everyone's gonna be ready for that setup again, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. Now we do have to have a full reset, and yeah, of course, some info will have been gathered there, but this is grassroots esports. We are just learning as we go. So we'll wait until we get everything. Looks like we've got to run down the clock and then get this game restarted. So we got more time to talk about those compositions. I think we will stick to the compositions that we had. And the Phoenix on Tira, I mentioned before that Tira is the star player, definitely, of Dragon. Sometimes coming out with these, complete pop-off performances on certain bomb sites and being able to get multi-kills round after round here. So I'm really excited to see what Tira does on the Phoenix. We'll just confirm with those teams that we will use the same team compositions, same agents, please, and cheats will be off, and we'll be great.
Cheats off. No insta-click, no no clipping around the map. Thank you very much. I was like, what did someone put something in my coffee this evening? Because I see Jet flying around, and that's not updraft. That's definitely not updraft.
It's only the first round, man. Come on, I don't think you're allowed to buy that many.
Man, she's got 10. She's got 10 updrafts sorted there. No, you're getting a third pistol round for this best of one. So I like pistol rounds, man. That's a treat for me. A question for you, Rabbit. Are you a fan of pistol rounds? Is that your cup of tea when it comes to like the co-perspective as a player?
How much time we got?
I think we're ready to go back.
We're ready. No, get in there. I was just doing a bit. I have to say that I like pistol rounds in the current state of exactly kind of where everybody is. I like the way pistol rounds work. That's related to the game right now, but I think that in my utopia of Valorant and Counter-Strike, pistol rounds would be gone. And, maybe I'll have some more time to discuss that utopia in a future segment or on a future stream. But the way it is set up right now, I think all fits together okay. And I think pistol rounds work out. But with so few rounds and a half of Valorant, I want to see more gun rounds, man.
Yeah, there's something that does need to be sort of like the cherry on the cake, if you will. And I am actually seeing, have we got some agent check? We've got a KJ that I'm seeing on the defense. Did we see that before?
Killjoy was there before.
Okay,
yep.
Just check.
Looks the same to me. Yen2K was on the Killjoy, or if I'm not mistaken. Yep. These are the same. Just checking back. Good. Thanks for keeping us on our toes, though. But
hey. Just making sure, and with the pistol rounds, that wasn't me, but this one was me. Just double checking the agents are there as well. Give it a brain.
We all get one. We all get one per stream. That's the rule. We didn't tell you that before, but you've used it up. The match hasn't even started, Kappa, so I expect perfection from you from now on.
No more vetoes of any VM things that I do. I'll keep it all kosher, keep it clean here. Underway once more for pistol rounds. Same agents. I double checked. I'm going to let you guys know that as well, and let's see what's to happen here. Dragons on the defense, and Casuals doing very well so far this season. Talking of that and sort of the underdog story, you never know what to expect from an underdog. Maybe they've been in deathmatch for the past 2 days practicing. They've been practicing their one taps to the Sheriff. They've been lining up those crazy plays with Viper. Who knows, man? Who knows?
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely hard to tell, and of course there's also demo review available. We stream a lot of games, and Casuals have been on stream quite often. Casuals definitely are wanting to get on stream all the time. They're always playing on those stream slots because they've got, their own organization and their own kind of presence that we love to have be a part of our league. But that means they've got lots of demos available, lots of review available. This time, the wall actually doesn't go up from Frosty Sparks. A bit of an adjustment there as Ryan takes out SCM over at B. That Viper being down actually completely opens up this B site.
Completely does. And managed to grab the Jet though. Evens things out 4 versus 4.
Laps. Frag there. Has a great position there, but doesn't manage to get anything as has to deal with Tira, who takes him out. So that's going to be a 4 versus 3 on the site as Ra goes for the plant.
2 from here, 4 versus 3. Defenders, as it will be, slightly in the lead in this one, but time shall tell here. The attackers, everything to do. Yellow, getting that slow warp off. Sawyer potential as well here, going out.
Paranoia, there's Ra coming in with that. N1 going to take out 2. They're going for this on the retake. Yen2K has gotten 1 already, but Ra gets 3, and that is the win coming in for Casuals as that pick on the Viper going into B site was so key. But then N1 is the one who closes it out with the 3K.
Tell you what though, really ambitious effort there. Coming from the likes of Dragons. I thought that was going to be their round. It wasn't a 2 versus 2, so hopefully keeping their chins up. They know they have a big jump with a stake to take for this one. I think they're up to the challenge though.
Yeah, definitely possible, and I think that Dragons will be putting up a big fight here. Casuals have picked up the SMGs, and so they're going to hit A site quickly here. We'll see if Ryan will be going for those drafts and dashes into sight. Time is just slowing up. They're going to play off of this boombot. What they can get. Here is the info coming in, and Ryan has already taken out Frosty. There's Tira at the back of the site. Very, very important position here, trying to get more, but N1's going to take him out with the nade. That's probably going to secure the round, as it was a save over on the side of the
1 or 2 frags would be nice here. are going to be on the side of Dragon. The Dragon fans in the chat, not able to get one. Spectre sprays galore, man. Left, right, and center.
There we go. So that is a flawless round in the end for Casuals. They go up 2-0. We will see what the buy is coming in from the side of Dragon here. They do pick up the rifles, so there we go. Frosty still deciding, but the SMGs are kept, and so it's going to be the bonus over for Casuals. The one thing I do like about pistol rounds, Kappa, is the idea is that it sort of like kickstarts the econ control and sort of different econ options and strategies for different teams, you know, and that's really interesting to me. For instance, something like a bonus round is always something to watch out for, but something to watch out for as well as N1 coming up with a double kill with that Spectre. Ryan's going to be able to recover a rifle, and they are on into the A site.
Come back to that fifth round in the meantime, though. Late trying to get one, does the job. Not able to double down, though. 4 versus 2. CM lining up that snake bite, trying to do the best they can to get that retake on, but this is looking a little bit icky for a retake. Maybe a save potential for this one, Rambo?
You did buy up the rifles, and so I think I would call a save here personally, but see what SCM and the N2K decide to do. Looks like they are backing off there, so I would say this is the right call. You both got the Vandals. You definitely, you know, you've only taken down one, so A site is just such a complicated site to retake. You know, it's why a lot of people are, you know, not so hot on this map yet, is because of the design of this A site. And, you know, at the very least, it's extremely complicated to plan around. And in a 2v4 retake, let's save those guns.
It really, really is a difficult one to take, and that's talking if you've got 5 versus 5, let alone a 2 versus 4. Yeah, 2 versus 4, get out of there, save that weapon, and get the reinvest for this round. I'd love to see a little look-see the economy for the Lights of Dragons, what they've got weapon-wise. Funds are.
Yeah, if we can get that tab up, then we will be able to get those monies. But it does look like Dragon will just go for these 2 hero AKs here. The rest of them are going to be... Oh, no. It's in the final seconds of the prep. Looks like they might be forcing up here. A little bit of miscommunication or, you know, disagreement potentially. But it did look like they were mostly going for a force here.
Everyone's coming through. This is where they've been so dangerous here for Casuals. They're so fast with their approach, and that drone acts like an extra play, gets the tag, and gonna get the info. Got a couple of players on A site. Loving that blind and the sort of the one-way use from Viper as well. That's fantastic.
Yep, totally stops them from getting any progress there. But Raw on the lurk. Really going to be interesting to see if Raw can grab anything here, and we'll see if he decides to push. There is still Tira and as well as the Sage, but there's Swastik coming in. Swastik and Ryan both get kills over on the B site as N1 uses the ultimate over at A. So they are hitting both sites at once, Kappa, and we cannot even, you know, we don't even know which one they're actually going for until the bomb is planted. That is A site going to be taken, and Frosty once again left in 3vx situation, this time 3v5 with low utility.
Okay, that'll do. That's one all for SCM. Quickly removed from the equation though. Still this 4 versus 2 situation. Outnumbered, outgunned, and a Vandal is going to be done there for Lee. However, Sheriff is going to fail in the meantime. Not for long though. In comes N1. A nice one indeed. 4 rounds to nothing. These attackers, they're ruthless. No mercy.
Yep. Absolutely none at all. They are relentless here. This A site generally the focus, but I did like kind of the split approach. They're just relying on their gunplay, relying on that aim, and they're able to sort of take those 2 kills over on the B site. That completely splits the defense when you get opening frags like that, and then they just make a smart play. They take the opening, they hit A, they get it for free, and there's nothing you can do up against that. So in spite of a couple of nice shots there, SCM did get a nice kill to try to start the retake. And also 1D. Ooh, that Viper smoke was missed there, unless if he's going for a different idea. But Ryan is going in with the blades.
That was definitely a whoops. Whoops happened.
Big time,
especially on that panic of A site. You said it all earlier on, Rambo. This is such an insanely fast take of the site on this. You have to, if you're going to lose the site. Otherwise, completely. And 1 frag is going to be done, though. 5 versus 4. This is a really good start here for Dragons.
Yeah, here's B-Boy. Definitely has an important position here, but Tira, we mentioned how dangerous Tira is over on these sites. Flash comes out to delay a little bit. Orb is going to be taken, and there are rotations coming in. That arrow has to be shot out. It is, and so they know that there are players looking, but they don't know their positions. Comes the kill, and there we go. SCM getting a pick before the wall goes down. Well done there, and it's a 5 versus 3 here. Now, it looks like Casuals are going to have to back off. The question is, do they rotate all the way over to B? They still have 40 seconds left, and they are trying to get as much control as possible. They just have no idea where these lurkers might be.
Don't, and this is very well done from Dragons, and give him a pat on the back for potentially getting off this goose egg here. Time's are ticking, and they have absolutely zero clue of where I play are. Maybe one back site, but that Sage will the reverse sweep on that one. The res up their sleeve, 15 seconds. Oh no, the reconduct's going to come through as well. This is looking so bleak here.
Boy coming out. Tira manages to grab that one. Good job by B-Boy to even get one. And they aren't going to be able to get the plant. There's SCM figuring out the last two. And so, yeah, great hold there from the side of Dragon. You know, won the aim duels where they needed to and just had the presence on the right site. So I like the delay. Tira using the flashes not to peek off of anything, just to stop them from getting a little bit further into the site. Just good utility uses there by the Phoenix.
Venus at SCM with the 3K, the triple baby, getting it done. And we talked to Viper, step right up. The caster's blessing, no, the caster's curse for this one.
That's right. You haven't been christened yet on the stream because you haven't cast or cursed anybody, as we all do at some point. But I'm sure it'll come eventually. Uppa, no worries about it.
It's another one too. So 1 versus 3, is it doable?
You know, you've already used the Viper's Pit to try and delay, and you didn't manage to get anything. But I think at this point, you know, 4 rounds down already, trying to go for this one. And SCM definitely looking for at least some info. Yeah, wandering over towards the bomb. SCM fancies this for sure. And Ra is going to come in half HP. So if you flick over it, there we go. Headshot coming in. SCM looking over and almost spotting the Sage, but I don't think he did. And this is such a brutal crossfire here. If the spike isn't here, you have to get out of there. Tapping it. Yes. Yeah, and it's planted for this spot. It's great from B-Boy. Very, very patient. Predicts the fake. CM is running out of time. This is just so good from the two Casuals players. There is nothing you can do against that. You have to just absolutely nail a couple of crazy shots. While SCM is coming out as the star player, that was just textbook post plant from Casuals there.
It was. They gave him nothing. They gave him absolutely nothing. Not even a pixel. Not even a pixel of room. Right until that last 5 seconds of like, hey, don't worry, the spike's going to explode. I'll trade out one for the spike any day. No problem at all. 5-1 the score here. And Dragon still holding on to this one. I don't think they're out of the running just yet. If we do see some spectacular plays, as we have seen with SCM, I think that's going to inspire the team. You talk of that sort of mental effect. You see a player popping off and doing some big things. Just maybe they can step up to the plate for that one.
Oh, you see it all the time at this level of play in particular, but honestly, at any level of play, you know, that mental game is so important in a game of inches like a tactical shooter. And yeah, that this kind of pop-off performance, he can sort of put the fire in the rest of the team. If it does it, Ryan, though, getting close up to this Viper wall, and B-Boy already finds the pick onto Tira. So now, Laylap's over here with a pistol and almost nothing else. And yeah, there's just so little you can do.
That's brutal. We talked of aggressive plays, and you mentioned it earlier. We'll mention it again. Pushing A aggressively. What do you do? It's a whole conquer of players coming through. It's a 5 versus 2. 5 versus 1, and we've given so many kudos to SCM. But oh
man, SCM goes for it and does get a couple of Sheriff shots. That definitely, I don't know, man. That could have been the caster curse right there. But SCM doesn't manage to find anything beyond the 2 Sheriff headshots there. So, you know, well, you know, good performance, but so far you need to see the likes of Laylaps and Tira kind of pick it up a little bit. We've seen some nice plays from them in the past in this league. In particular, Tira still looking to open up a little bit on this defensive side here over on Icebox. But, you know, SCM definitely a bright light so far over on the side of Dragon. So we'll see if, you know, that continues. And like you said, you know, sometimes that inspiration maybe takes a couple of rounds.
I've seen it happen, I think, at all levels of play. You're talking matchmaking to the VCMs.
Exactly.
Anything can happen, and that is what makes this game such a spicy game. You talk of the rounds, definitely did a little bit of a review, but so far, so good. If you're going to be sitting in the sides of casuals, they've got no problem with the meta right now, rolling with things, and they've been playing against that Viper. They haven't really had too many problems. Say that.
Yeah. The Viper wall is sort of being used in place of defensive smokes over on the A site, which is an interesting idea, but it's just doesn't quite serve exactly the same function, you know, seeing the angles casuals have been able to get. This time they're going to try to push over into the B site, and there's the showstopper coming in, and one goes for the pop-off, but B-Boy has beaten him to it, and there's Ryan as well opening up, so they're going to get full control of this B site with very little effort. Laylap's looking for the planter, but good job actually by B-Boy to go off of the plant spot a little bit. Laylaps does find one, but Swastik does answer, and the spike is already down.
4 versus 3. Positioning is absolutely prime when it comes to casuals. Again, more than a 2k, need a 4k to get this one done here. Gets the 2. Are you through or any more? And the spray's coming through.
Yeah, you know, N2K looks for it. There's the headshot, but B-Boy trades. Just another good post plant from the side of casuals. And once they get that bomb down, they seem almost unbeatable right now. Like, they are just so disciplined after that spike has gone down. And once they can take up those positions, it seems so hard to break.
It really does. They've got that sort of invisible sage wall they're putting up, not the literal one. They've used that in the early rounds. And then this concrete wall to play again. 7-1. Starting to get that bigger gap as well, and we mentioned that you go back to that with every level of play, you've got to try and kind of minimize that gap, and now is the time. Now is the time for that one, if there is to be any life in this half here for Dragon.
Absolutely, and this A site this A hit just simply hasn't been solved yet. You've got Tira walling up now, as the Viper wall maybe wasn't able to be used, but once again, Ryan continues to get position up top, and one trading as well, and these two duelists are just wreaking havoc. Finally, Laylaps takes down the raid boss and tries to pick up the gun, but there's N1 around the corner, figuring out another one. SCM flank with the judge, and nobody's getting judged this round, unfortunately, for SCM, as that's an almost flawless round again. And yeah, this A hit, like I said before, I think it's probably, you know, I couldn't put it any other way except that Dragon just haven't solved it.
Ain't broke, don't fix it as well. You want to hear sort of the IGL perspective coming from the attack right now, and from the likes of casuals. Yeah, you could just keep doing it. There's a problem there. They have been switching up as well, which is always healthy to do, just so you don't become kind of too stale in your approach. Any round that hopefully just been individual performance out of casual.
Oh, Ryan finding an opener at the top of the round. Ryan grabs one and already brings it into 5v4. The Viper's pit is up again, but Ryan is still getting kills. Here's SCM trying to play aggressive, and goes for the reload up against N1. That's tragedy from the side of the Viper there. Ryan, look at how does he get this far up in the sights every single round? Just so devastating in the positioning. And we got a 4 versus 1 again. Frosty Sparks just coming to the absolute wreckage that awaits them here at the B site. Nice headshot to start off, but 3v1, very difficult. Oh, Frosty, good headshot there.
This is looking very doable at this point. Oh, not able to get the high ground out the way of Ra in that case, though, but healthy shooting nonetheless. And that's what you've got to look at this point, isn't it? You've got to look at the pros and the cons. Definitely, east site has been an issue, and it's just the velocity, the speed of the pushes here. It is unmatchable, and I think even any other team would have the same difficulty. Dragon right now, such a great attack.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the lockdown is available from Yen2K. He's been holding on to it for a good few rounds now, just waiting for that right time, and they just get, you know, they get those entries going down so soon that it doesn't feel worthwhile. Ryan, just as I'm saying it, they get more entries, and man, it's just so ridiculous from casuals as they grab another one coming into the site. It's only SCM left completely alone at B. And what are you supposed to do at this point? The judge was bought up again. SCM just banking on that B push, and It is not coming, as they've sort of identified the star player currently for today anyway, of Dragon, and Casuals are avoiding SCM at all costs right now.
Definitely singled him out, haven't they, on their pushes, made sure they've had the trades available. To grab one, gets the turn off. Judge versus Vandal. I think we know the answer to that one at long distance. The Vandal will prevail. 4 players do as well. And this last round of the first half. It really hasn't been about Dragon not performing or not playing well. It's been about the overperformance and the outperformance coming from Casuals. And 10-1, I don't really think that's a fair scoreline reflecting the level of frags and effort we've seen from Dragon. They deserve a couple rounds here. 1 round to do that. The time is now 3 ults available. You mentioned it before. That's going to be their saving grace here, Rambo, surely.
Yeah, that is what they have to go for. Ryan once again going aggressive and trying to get these blades down. Goes for a couple of wild shots. N1 takes out Frosty, and Ryan, oh my god, he just does not stop here. Absolutely ridiculous play so far from Ryan in this in this map. And with B-Boy getting this wall off, I can't even finish setting up the cast before they've already ended the round. Kappa, it's just ridiculous what Ryan has been able to do. And once again, we got SCM. This is the time. And only gets 1.
I feel like the 6th and the 7th member of Dragon right now with how fast things are going, not getting a chance to cast because it's too fast. It's too fast what we're seeing. We can see that same kind of aggression in the second half of defense, I wonder. Crazy, crazy plays, man.
I do have to say that one thing as Dragon can take away from this is that if they are wanting to let Icebox through in the future, you've got to figure out this A hit because, you know, it is really, really nice from Casuals. They're doing a great job, but I think you need somewhat of a different setup here over on A in order to sort of deal with this possibility of these 2 very mobile duelists coming in, kind of hitting at you from multiple levels. There's just... They don't seem like they're quite prepared for it. And so if you're letting Icebox through in the future, you've got to allow for that contingency and, you know, make sure you've got the setup to deal with.
Unexperienced perhaps, and hopefully not done. You're up. Talked of her frag ability. Gets started though, gets that 1 scan off. Is that going to be a problem for the attack here?
Get through. Ryan backing off, giving the site for now. Going down to 21 HP. So there we go. We talked about the A site hit, and in the pistol round anyway, it looks like Dragon are able to do it, but B-Boy does find a kill. Okay, and Frosty getting kills as well. Tira taking out Swastik, and this looks promising here over for the side of Dragon. That's a nice headshot, but N1 flicks around and grabs Yen2K, and there's Ryan finishing it off. And 12-1 match point already for the side of Casuals.
Match point on the Express. Someone had their fruits, their coffee, whatever you want to say, that magic fuel that gets them into the zone, man. Whatever it is, give me a cup, please. Give me 2 cups.
Something like it anyway, and yeah, 12-1. Yeah, you know, N1 and Ryan are just popping off right now. The 2 duelists doing exactly what duelists are supposed to do, creating space, finishing those frags. I love how they're playing together as well. You see this a lot at higher levels of play, and we've been seeing it more and more in the league as well, where the duelists go together and use their mobility and their aggressive utility and you know, resources in order to just gain control so instantly of areas of the map. Really, really nice from N1 and Ryan.
All right, so the full sub is going to do here. They got the plant. Tira able to get the first frag. Ready back in by B-Boy though. Still doable. 3 versus 3. Oh man, it's happening so fast for us. Got the sheriff pop off as well. All this aggression, they haven't stopped.
And SCM and Tira, the last 2. These are the 2 you want, but Swastik already takes out SCM. Here's Tira trying to push in for the last. This is for every single thing in the game. Tira has the long range. Oh, great shot by the Spectre. And we're down to a 1v1. Plant comes through. Will N1 push this?
Wisdom Praise getting that showstopper. Is the show going to be stopped here? Oh my goodness, that was so close.
Oh man. So Tira used the run it back just to avoid the damage, but the showstopper is what cancels it out and takes away the run it back. And then all you got to do is peek that spawn point and finish it off. N1 finishes the match, and it's 13-1 for the side of Casuals. And we know Casuals have got some fans in the chat. They must be going off right now because that is dominance from the side of Casuals here on Ice.